Hey there guys, this is Robin Hood, and today I have a chopper gameplay for you guys on Kharg Island Rush attacking. So if the title did not spoil this video for you, I'm going to right now. So yeah, this is a flawless gameplay here, which basically, if you don't know what that means that we do not die. Um, if you still don't know what that means, then go see a doctor, basically, because flawless means, well, basically that's it. I'm done with this conversation. But otherwise here, this is some, in my opinion, pretty solid chopper gameplay. Was really happy this round because later on you'll see I unlock the ECM jammer. But the one thing that was slightly annoying about this game, my gunner was awesome. He gets like 35 kills in the whole thing. I actually don't get that much though. I think I get like 9. And the reason is, one, these missiles are hard to aim and they are not extremely effective, in no way as effective as the gun is against infantry, which is slightly annoying in my opinion. I'm pretty sure a missile should be more effective. So several times I'll get like 8 or 9 hit markers on a guy and not kill him. The other thing is, as you can see now, it begins. My opponents are very adamant about locking on to me like crazy. So, while my gunner's still able to operate and shoot, I have to focus on avoiding these locks and incoming missiles. And yeah, once I use that flare, I have to get low and hope that they can't lock on and fire off another, which is just really, I mean, they literally, it's like this the whole game, just lock, lock, lock. Now I'm gonna leave this game play footage uncut, because you can see, hopefully you can learn something about flying the chopper, and by that I do not mean that I am the best pilot out there. There are way better pilots than I am, but I'm not bad. If I was bad, I wouldn't be able to stay alive with this many locks, and throughout the game you'll see what I'm talking about the whole game. But I'm not the best either. I mean, there's probably some people who can aim better with this pilot gun than me. Otherwise, that I hit the flare, should have hit it a second early and I might have avoided that, but I'm gonna get away and heal up. You know, once you do your take a hit, you want to get out of there, forget about the combat, but they just keep locking on and it's quite annoying. So it's, yeah, just what it is. Now, as to the gameplay, I am playing on the PC, so you can do, being an experienced Xbox player of Battlefield 3, you can do a lot more with choppers on the PC than on the consoles. And that's just because of how the controls are. They're a lot, I'm not going to say more accurate, they're smoother, and it seems as if the vehicles really were designed for the PC. Now, with the mouse and stuff, I find you can fly in a straight line really quickly when really low to the ground, when you can't make those kind of turns even with the highest sensitivity on Xbox. And so, you know, it's just, if you're watching and you're a console player, you'll have some limitations, which are not being able to do a few of the maneuvers, but overall you can do just about everything except getting pretty much as low and flying straight, because the chopper doesn't seem to fly the same on Xbox at all, which is weird. But, you know, didn't make the game, and it's hard to get it even across all consoles. So it really is a different game. Now, flying low on the PC, it's really not that hard. Once you get low, just basically look forward and hold down the W key or whatever key you have set to fly forward or move forward. Because basically, at that point, just, you know, rise up for hills and stuff, but it's really not as hard as it looks. Either that, or I'm better than I think I am, but I'm almost certain it's not as hard as it looks. As you can see, they just keep locking on, and this might actually be the point where I just fire some missiles, and yeah, very lucky kill, final hit marker. I'm almost certain my gunner damaged them, but I'm gonna get a second kill there. And this map, there's only one problem, in my opinion, with it for choppers, and overall, where all the infantry are, there's really not that much cover. So once they lock you, you have to go far away to break that lock. And that doesn't mean there's no cover, flying through the streets and stuff, but on Conquest with tanks there, when you're that low, one tank shell will do you in, and it's really not that hard to hit you if you're flying as low as you need to be through the streets to break a lock. Especially if it's a tank locking you, then you're in trouble. But they just keep firing missiles at me and actually hit me there. So I'm just trying to get behind buildings, and they're still able to lock me from this far away, which is slightly annoying. I think at this point it might be the jet, which you might be able to see on my air radar. So I'm gonna lock it up real quick. And I think I actually get it. Yeah. Or nope, don't get that one. I get a jet later on in this game. Our jet's gonna take him down. I believe our jet pilot was up almost the whole time. But we had some pretty good jet pilots if it was multiple. Otherwise though, very, very good game overall. My gunner is destroying, and that's what you have to expect. Maybe the best chopper pilots can get more kills than their gunner, or usually though the gunner, if it's a good pilot, the gunner has a very good chance of getting crazy amount of kills. If you saw my Caspian Border gameplay where I was gunning for Laban, he was an amazing pilot, and I got 49 kills from the gun. And I think he got like 6 from the chopper. It's just the gun is way more effective, and you know, I am very happy about what's going to come up in the next patch. I'll talk about that more later, what's all going to be in the patch, because it hasn't all been announced. But one thing's for sure, they are changing. Notice driver kill assist, 10 points. Well, next patch, it is going to turn to 50 points. Yes, 50 points, which is half of a kill. A kill's 100 points. And obviously you shouldn't get the same points of a kill, but my gunner gets 35 kills, so cut that in half. That's like 3,500 points. I'll be getting about, what, 1,250 points just from that, instead of getting the, 300 points I think it is that I get. 350. So there's a big difference there. And that really helps the pilot out, level up the chopper, and also, you know, just if you're flying around for your gunner to get all those kills, I do believe you deserve a little bit more than 10 points, because the gunner can't get those kills without a good pilot. If the pilot just crashes, I mean, well, you're dead. Can't really shoot anything, so I'm happy about that. Yeah, but the last patch changed the way the missiles fired, and so they used to go right in those crosshairs. Now they don't. If you're moving left, they shoot off to the right. It's kind of weird. Sometimes they'll shoot way below. So the crosshairs are just a general area now. But you know, getting used to that's a little bit interesting. Like right here, it was going above and then it started going below. So that's that. And if you haven't noticed, the constant beeping, which is me constantly getting locked. I've got to say, while I was playing, I was enjoying that we were staying up this long, and I was actually kind of proud to have stayed up this long, because they were locking me so much, but it was just annoying. I mean, it's like my team is wrecking through you and getting all these bases. That may have something to do with the crazy amount of you my gunner's killing, but if you're really just going to stand there and lock me every single second, and you know, I guess I might have done the same thing, so it's different from a chopper's point of view. You're like, God, stop blocking me, when if I was on the ground getting killed by the chopper and over, I might be kind of mad. Now off on the left you can see the laser of Soflam. I noticed that and I'm like, oh god, that's a problem. Thank God when this Soflam was up, no one else locked on, because I did not have ECM yet. My gunner's going to take it out, and we're going to take a hit there right after the soft lam went down. Had it still been up, I would have died from that one hit, because soft lam makes the missiles a lot more powerful. So that was about as close as we come to dying, except for later, which you will see. Now, I have a friend that I've been playing with, and he's always my gunner, so I will do some live comms so you can hear, because this is a random gunner, and thank God he was good, and when like I started shooting at stuff, he shot at the same thing, and no, that's not kill stealing. I mean, I'd get huge assists and he would get the kill, but that's how a chopper works. It's really, and this hill saves this guy's life. Screw you, sniper, but that's how the chopper works. You need to, the gunner is going to be the guy getting the kills. That was a close RPG shot, by the way. And, you know, though, if you are shooting at the same stuff, it's going to go down. One of you will get it, and it's gone. Tank, whatever it is. And that is very good, because otherwise what could take a few passes gets done in one. So luckily this guy, for the most part, shot at what I was shooting at. Here I was just typing to him, look for the soft lam, assuming that there was some, and I believe there actually is. Now, that's as well as I can communicate, and it requires me to take my hands off the controls, which is bad. So I will do some live comms of me communicating with my one friend, and there's the soft lam. You can tell by the red laser, and we're gonna light that thing up. Get saved again. So, you know, you can hear we communicate. We're like, hey, there's a jet to the left, both shoot at it, that kind of stuff. Now, otherwise, this was a very probably the best gameplay I've had with a random person with me flying, because I make a point to shoot where my chopper pilot is shooting, like I did with Laban, and Laban and I are friends now, so we do that often. One of us flies, so I might show some of that footage also. But basically, also another thing that you need to have in the gun is flares. This chopper, yes, we stay up for the whole round, and I'm the only person that has flares. If my gunner had had flares too, and he would flare after I had, basically, at that point, you know, you're almost invincible. When my friend and I play, I fire off the flares, then he does if we get locked again, and mine haven't recharged, but it's all about communication with that. You know, if you fire them off at once, it's no good. So, when I run the gun, and if any of you ever jump in a gun, try to help your pilot out, because it will help you out. If your pilot's any good and you have flares, flare if you get locked after he flares, and you guys will stay up longer, which results usually from the gun and you getting more kills. So, you know, that's how it works. That's what you should do. Yes, there are zoom optics and thermal optics, but overall you should be able to see pretty well, especially from the chopper. You can spot things like crazy. That tells you where the guys are. And, you know, the thermal optics don't help that much, nor do the zoom optics, because it doesn't make the gun any more accurate from far away. So, basically, you know, run with the flares. I highly encourage it. As a pilot, it helps a lot, and as a gunner, it will help you too, because you keep your chopper up longer. Well, one, more you're in it, two, more you get kills from it. And here, got rammed by the jet. There was a little bit of delay in the hit, and then we got hit by a missile, even though I flared. So that's as close as we come to dying, down to 39% health. And gonna flare here in a second. But, you know, we start regaining health. Thank God we were not disabled. Had we been disabled, though, I would have landed, since I'm engineer and repaired. And I'm not quite sure what my gunner is, but if he was engineer, he probably would have repaired too. And notice in the distance, their jet bailed, and it actually lands perfectly without taking damage. It's hard to see, but to make sure no one gets in it, I blow it up anyway. And once again, getting locked every single time I come near, and like I said, the only real cover is behind the mountains really far back, which is, well, quite frankly, annoying. So that's the one drawback to this map. This map I mean, even Wake Island, although very open, against land units you can drop down to the side by the water, and since the whole island's raised, that covers you. But on this, Caspian border has a lot of areas to go, and Firestorm does too, actually, although it is still quite open, because the city is a bit more compact in it, which makes it harder to fly through. And then Sharkey Peninsula has a lot of areas to go and take cover also. And those, there's probably choppers on another map, I'm not quite sure. No Shark Canals. That one's pretty good too. That one actually probably has the most cover of any of them, but you know, the game's gonna end here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that and maybe learned something, maybe didn't. But overall, please leave a rating, and if you dislike the video, I accept honest feedback, but please leave me a comment telling me why so that I can hopefully try to do better next time. Otherwise, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.